In today's episode, I'll be talking about what it's like to be brought up in a council estate. I'm here to interview 3 creative individuals that are ready to express themselves. Enjoy today's episode.
Like, you know, from a young age, like, what did you guys used to get up to in the estate?
What, like in the estates?
Yeah, in the estates, like activities, like what did you do with your friends?
Bro, didn't make trouble, fam.
I never made trouble. Let me go first, I'm the oldest. Basically, during the summer, we play run-outs till like 1 o'clock in the morning, which would make the neighbours call the police. During the day, we'd start fires in the woods. What else? We'd watch the elders do their thing, sell drugs, beat people up, hide weapons for them.
Wait, you used to hide weapons for them? You used to hide weapons for them?
Basically, the elders would do stuff.
Oh yeah,
We were young, so we would just be watching from a distance.
Oh yeah.
And then they'd be like, yeah, you look like to play in the woods, innit? Yeah, like, take this, innit? Go hide it somewhere. Yeah, and that's it.
See, I wasn't even allowed out too much.
No, but this is like during the day. This is like, during the day. Basically, where we lived, there was a council estate, and then there were woods right, like, beside it. You could probably see it from outside. And so it was easy access, innit? We used to play there all the time, so nothing. So it was just like easy, like to just go there, innit? So that was their little thing, innit? But that's when we was like really young. When I was in my teens, it was mostly just playing football, using the garden, using the neighbour's fence as goalposts, and playing football and trying to draw girls and failing, all that, you know, typical teenage stuff.
What about you?
Like I was saying, I wasn't really allowed out, so no, because obviously where I lived was kind of it's quite bad actually, because I remember seeing, I think I witnessed drug use. I'm pretty sure.
Man said I think I witnessed drug use. Couple done smoking weed, bro. Drug use.
Not even weed, it was like the hard stuff.
Oh yeah.
So
The heroin.
I've seen car thefts and that.
But now you live in a gated community, so it's fine, isn't it? Through upper echelon.
If that's what you call it.
guy.
If that's what you call it.
Wow. Do you have a gate in your house?
No.
Oh, okay.
I actually don't.
Oh, sorry.
There was some guy, no, go on.
No, what you say?
Basically, there's a flat that's right there now. Every time I walk past it, I look at it. Some heroin addict used to live there. And like, he used to make us play in his house, innit? Because we knew his kids and stuff like that.
Okay.
And he died, didn't he? He's dead now. Like, he died from. Once he died, for some reason, one of my friends had the keys, and then we would just go there and just like.
Went into the house?
Yeah, we would just go there and just chill. Like, no electricity, nothing. We would just go in there and just chill. It was just mad. Like, that's, we would take girls and like, there and just be mad.
We would take girls to the cracks.
No, but they would come in it, like, but we didn't know. I didn't know that he was a heroin addict until way after, innit? After we used to go in the yard and stuff. We just thought he left or whatever, innit? But so it was a bit mad still. Yeah, the first time I smelled crack. It was
the first time you smelt crack.
Yeah.
Just so we could get that
smoked
straight.
crack, and we smelt it, and we smelt something that didn't smell like anything we smelled before. Obviously, everyone knows what weed smells like, innit? But when you smell something that you see them smoking, like, it smells mad, and you're thinking, what's that? And then the oldest are like,
That's that hard
that's
stuff.
to stay away from that stuff.
The funny thing is, I didn't even know it was wrong, it was just normal. To be fair, so like, you see all this drug use, like I said before, you see all this, but it's just normal. Like, just
You know what, my experience is completely different, fam. I knew all of these things were bad. I didn't, what? I watched way too many
I
films.
knew they were bad, it's just that they were just there, innit? You have to walk around like.
Bro, Enzo's mad, innit? Growing up in an estate is jokes, man. It's everything, innit? Like, it's not, I wouldn't necessarily say it was bad, innit? It was just action all the time, bro. Like, all the time. There'd be fights, there'd be, but like, you'd know when to, I don't know, if you knew how to maneuver, you'd know when to stay away from who. And like, when the Donnies are out, innit? Where it's just like, oh, okay, cool, let me just stay away from that area, innit? But like, you had to take a couple L's, innit, before you knew how to maneuver.
What if the Donnies were your boys though?
What if the Donnies are your boys? Then you, by association, are one of the Donnies, fam. You know what I mean?
Like I said, I've got friends who who dabbled and were mixed.
Yeah.
I was always just like, nah, it's cool, innit? Let me just. But I'd always get stopped by the police. Like, it didn't matter that I've never carried drugs, never sold drugs, never stabbed anyone, never shot anyone. None of the stuff that other people I know have done. But they'll stop me, yeah, okay.
It's just a shame like how the police would think, you know, like you might be one of them. Just possibly because of maybe how you look and how you dress, and you know, instead of like, I don't know, just maybe asking questions or just leaving you alone, full stop. So it's a shame that society relies a lot on image, and you know, when something looks a certain way, you think it's good or you think it's bad, you know. It's just it's a shame, and I kind of understand why people from council estates or the hood do have a certain attitude or feel some type of way towards the police, because I mean, this is why we're doing this, so that people can understand where you guys are coming from. Do you know what I'm saying? And even like, not everybody from the hood got involved with like drugs and stuff like that. And even if you did, it's just good to know what your story is. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, like what you were saying about how people feel about the police. Like a lot of people I know, like fuck the police is a thing, innit? That's a thing in black culture, innit? But what people don't realise is that it's not just because people think, oh, criminals, they're saying fuck the police because they're stopping them from a thing. But like, for example, my fuck the police comes from me walking down the road from Tesco's or whatever. My mum sent me to buy bread and milk, and then the police are stopping me. And like, that happening like multiple times, innit? I've never been arrested, innit? Which means every time they've stopped me, they've just let me go because nothing in it. So my fuck the police just come from like, why are you like enough is enough, innit? Like after a certain amount of that, once is enough, innit? Like, come on, like when it's continuous throughout your youth and you're seeing the brothers there and it's like, well, they're right there, innit? Why don't you stop them? And it's because they know, innit? Like my fuck the police, the first time, because I've never been like a fuck the police guy, innit? The first time I said fuck the police was when I see one of the trappers with the police. And like he was with them, walking with them, innit? So either he was informing or they knew, basically they knew who he was, innit? So when they were stopping me, after that, I was like, oh, okay, they know what they're doing, innit? They know who's who, but they're just stopping people, I don't know, to get their numbers up or whatever it is. Like there's a reason why they stop innocent people, innit? It's not just a coincidence, like they know, especially on the council estate where kids live there, like you're not going anywhere, innit? And that's their job is to know what's going on, innit? They know who's who, innit? So they will make the arrests when they need to. But they've got to be active, innit? So they'll just stop this kid, he's got his football with him. Someone's walking down the road with his telephone, stop him, like. So that's where my fuck the police came from, innit? Like, as opposed to, you know, stop trying to stop me from doing my thing. So yeah, but I don't think that anymore. Like, fuck them still, but
it's quite interesting that you said that, because I've heard this term, fuck the police, but I've just always seen it how it is, like, the plain words, fuck the police, but it's just important how, I think it's interesting how you said that you had your own reason why fuck the police, you know. I always saw everyone's reason as the same reason for some reason, but it's good to go more in depth with this kind of stuff, because, you know, I guess there are people out there that do wonder why fuck the police, you know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing, no one ever asks why. When they hear you say fuck the police, the usual response is, well, what if you was in trouble and you needed the police? We've been in trouble. We've been in trouble and we've needed the police, and they ain't really come through. Like, they'll come to the scene and be like, oh, there he is, like, you're the guy, do you know what I mean? When you're the ones who put them. So that's kind of where it comes from, innit? You're always the victim, like, you're always either the victim or you're always the perpetrator. Like, you're never just, like, the one who needs the help. And when you are, they just treat you like a bad guy anyway. But
what about you two guys? What's your definition of the police?
Fuck the police. Boy, I've never really been fuck the police until like Carnival just gone, bro.
Oh really?
Yeah, now I'm fully fuck the police, man. Oh my days, bro. Bro, did you not see? Did I not show you the video? Bro, I went Carnival, not even to go Carnival like that. I had a motive that was there in Carnival, innit? So I thought, cool. Let me go down to this place I've never been before, and it was so packed, but the police presence was mad. So I'm standing on a corner with my boy outside the Bacardi stage, where like all gigs and everyone was performing, just waiting for the people I was meeting. And then my boy must have pulled out, couple spliffs on that from his pocket. Like obviously he had them in his hand, didn't it? He wasn't even smoking on the road, nothing or whatever. And to be fair, it was like you couldn't tell where it was, innit? Do you know what I mean? He just pulled it out of his hands. And then as he was about to go put it back in his pocket, some next small police don, yeah, who I can only describe as having small man syndrome, grabbed him by the arm like, and was like, oh, what's that? Is that weed? And then they try to grab the thing off of him. Like, bro, they don't even know what it is, brother. They're already, do you know what I mean? So then they did that, and then I was like, whoa. So obviously I was next to him, innit? And then the other police officers that were there with him, so it was like 4 of them came up to us, and then he was like, oh yeah, obviously because you're with your friend, we're gonna have to stop and search you as well. I was like, what do you mean because I'm with my friend? Do you know what I'm saying? But obviously I've observed police be dickheads before, so I just put my hands up straight away. I actually kept my hands up. Like you'll see a video of me just like this, bro. Like I'll show you the video after. I'm just like this, yeah, and then fucking like I'll show you the video and you can put it in this section here or wherever it is, and you can show them.
Tell them, bro. That's fine, my bro. I'm standing right here. That's fine. They got enough room, my friend. I'm not doing anything. Your abs, you good? Come on, man. Come on, man. This is ridiculous.
Like we're just there, bro. I got my hands up, fam, and I'm just like, yo, do whatever you need to do. Just hurry the fuck up, innit? Do you know what I mean? Don't you trying to ask me questions, like, cause I always wear my bandana, innit? Yeah. Are you a Peckham boy? First of all, I don't know what a Peckham boy is, bro. I know that they've got names like Harlem Spartans and whatever they're called, innit? I know they've got names, innit? They're not called Peckham boys, innit? So they're already generalising, man, in a sort of thing because I wear a black bandana, fam. Like, what's wrong with you, bro? You haven't asked me who I am. You haven't got to know me as a person. You just profiled me. My name, I'm like, do I really have to give you my name? Like, I don't have to, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, empty out my pockets, whatever. Then Donny was looking through my wallet because I might have weed in my wallet, yeah, which apparently wouldn't bulge out. Do you know what I'm saying? So it was going through my wallet. Then he started taking my cards out, and then it was like, oh yeah, no, I just want to know your name in case you're reported like wanted or something like that. I was like, are you alright, bro? Give me back my shit, bro. Like, do you know what I mean? And then it was like, they were just trying to mock, man, basically, innit, yeah? So obviously I dealt with them very how I know how to deal with them, innit? I was just like, do your search, innit, yeah? I'm not gonna make it difficult. The quicker you do it, the quicker you leave me alone, innit? So they did their search, whatever. They tried to be like, oh, rah, do we need to write up and da-da-da-da-da? Because I know the whole straw man thing, innit? Like, I'm a business entity, innit? My name is in capitals, so as soon as I give them my name, they're dealing with me as a business, innit? Like a business entity. They're not dealing with me as a person anymore. Because if they were, I could have just pulled out my Instagram and you could see who I am, bro. Do you know what I mean? But it wasn't like that. For them, it was like, I look like this Don, who they're looking for, so they're gonna put whatever pressure on me. Even if I'm not, they were being very suggestive. Do you know what I mean? And the questions they were asking were very like leading down one route, bro. They didn't actually want to know why I was there, what I did, the fact that I was meeting youth workers and stuff like that. They didn't want to know all of that. Do you know what I'm saying? It was, bro, it was mad. And my boy, he had like, what, 8 police officers around him. I was lucky, I only had like 2, 3. He had 8 dons restraining in him. Yeah, restraining in him. They had 8 dons restraining him, yeah? And like unnecessary force as well. And they kept asking him, what is that, what is that? But they told him what it was. So if you're gonna tell him what it is, like you've stopped him on the grounds that the fact that you know it's weed, but then you're asking him what it is. Do you know what I mean, bro? Now you're backtracking to cover yourself. Because then if he says what it is, then you're basically like, oh, okay, cool, yeah, our suspicions is right. But you didn't, do you know what I mean? You didn't start off like that. You didn't say it was on suspicion. You said you know it's that. So you restrained him. You physically applied force, innit? Bro, it's all on camera. It's mad. I'll give you the footage after. It's crazy, bro. So since then, I've been like, fuck the police. Fuck the police. Yeah, fuck them. Not, obviously not all of them, but what they stands for as a unit, you get me? They get training. Like they don't come out the womb like that, fam. You know what I mean? They get taught. They get taught to be like that, innit?
But to be fair, you can kind of say fuck them all because they have training in it. You don't just turn up and be like, I'm a policeman. Like someone says, all right, you're a policeman. Here's what you do in it. So if they're following the rules and they're doing that,
they stay in that job. Yeah, they know what they stand for. Okay.
Like a bad policeman and a good policeman still have to follow the same things.
So that's what I know from, yeah.
Yeah, like whatever it is,
so-
whatever the 4 things that they or 5 things that they gotta follow in it. So, and it's obviously it's not personal. It's not fuck Bob. It's fuck PC Bob. Innit? Bob's just the guy in it. He's trying to pay bills. But PC Bob, he's the one who's doing all this stuff apparently to the law. So, like, it should feel okay in it. Like, I should feel okay when the police stop me in it. Like if they want to speak, I should feel okay in it. I shouldn't ever feel like, oh, what was that all about? I should be like, oh yeah, he's stopping me for a good, like, do you know what I mean? But it's funny because it's never like.
But I guess not all policemen are the same. There are certain individuals that have a positive impact, and some of them that just don't care. You know?
Yeah.
And I think when it comes to having jobs, it should be a job like, especially when it's to do with community. Like you should show your. Obviously be professional, but somehow show your love to the community as well. Show that you do genuinely care and that you do want to protect them. Because obviously a lot of people that live in this kind of economical environment, they feel uncomfortable because they don't have that kind of connection or trust with the police, which is and trust is very important, So I guess I kind of understand why people develop their own gangs or little communities in here to look after themselves because they feel like no one's got their back, especially when it comes to the police. Anyway, like back to living on the estate. Like you guys, what's it like? Are you still in touch? Do you still have close friends from back in the day?
From my estate, no, that's not down there, so it's gone. So pretty much
Like, so I'm 33. So I left my estate when I was 25, and it's just recently been knocked down, innit? They're real building it up. So basically everyone's been moving out anyway, innit? Because we're all old, we just moved. Like some people live off ends and all that. Like, so we only really, we got the group chat, but other than that, we only really meet each other like on birthdays and weddings and kids being born. Like that's where we're at level now, innit? So it's a lot like difficult to meet each other because obviously everyone's got jobs and things and stuff like that. But like people obviously move on as they get older and stuff like that. But my nan only recently moved out of there. So I was going there like maybe a couple of months ago and I would still see like the youngers and stuff like that. And even the other day, me and Abs was playing basketball. The other day, it's like a basketball pen literally just over across the road. And like some of the youngers were there and I remembered them like from when they were kids, innit? They didn't recognise me, innit? Because obviously they were like babies, innit? So it's mad like seeing them, they're like 15, 16 now and they're like doing their thing and all that. It's like, right, like that was us then, innit? So obviously when they get older, they're gonna.
That's the same. When I go back to my mum's and I see all the youngers, I'm like, bro, what? You man are bigger, bro. Like, I'm not old, fam. Do you know what I mean? I'm 26, bro. So it's like, but it's like, raw. It's like you man are my age now when I was doing fuckery, bro. Do you know what I mean, bro? Like you man are proper like out here doing your living life thing, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? And they're all hoodlums. Like not in a bad way, not like proper like bad, but they're all just, do you know what I mean, running around, making noise, beefing on road, bro, not caring about what time it is. Do you know what I'm saying, bro? Having fights, making up. You see two Donnies have fights one day and then the next week later they're chilling again and I'm just like, rah, you man ain't got the things that we've got now, innit? Like, when you beef someone, it's a different beef now, innit? It's political, bro. But when you're younger, you can beef and then still make up and be friends, bro. You don't have that whole thing of like, you're a prick, I'm not gonna talk to you like ever again because you owe me this peas and da 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 da. Like you stole my toy, we fight about it, and then it's like, fuck it, keep the toy, bro. As long as we're friends, bro. Like, do you know what I mean? It's calm, bro. Like, it's nuts to see still. It's nuts to see because they ain't touched life yet.
That good.
No, it's just good to hear. It's good to hear. Like, it's just good to sit down and talk about life with people, because I feel like in today's society we don't have the time to do that, And I think it's just, and that's the important thing. I think that's what develops relationships with people, like connections, and I think that's the important thing. And I think obviously there's people in this area. Like, I guess you guys, when I see it looks like your relationships with people seem to be quite authentic, like it's quite deep, and like obviously people go through stuff,
let's say that they go through life, like the kind of stories that you hear rappers talk about, like that's their life, that's real life, and people in police are saying negative things, but all these people are really doing is maybe crying out for help in a creative way, you know, and we're just showing people that this is my life. And some people might want to get out. In fact, I'm sure that a majority of people would like to get out of that life, but they don't know how to. So that it's like they're getting help from outside, you know. But because we're in a society where we generalize things, we stereotype things, we see something and we don't want anything to do with it, you know. So I mean, for me, I've never really been brought up in the hood, like, you know. So, but it's just nice to know. It's nice to know that. You're human beings, you know what I'm saying?
It's good to know that y'all grew up in the hood. Y'all human too.
Yeah, you're human, you know? And that's what we're here for. We're here to let other people know that, you know, you guys are human as well. That people that are still living in the state, you know, they can move out, you know, and move on. Because like, it's just today with the stabbings and stuff going on, it seems like, well, I can't generalize. But I can only generalize because I don't personally know these situations.
Yeah.
I can only say that it seems like, as a whole.
Do you know what it is? Yeah, it's not even like moving out of the estate. That's the thing. I feel like that narrative as well is a bit. Do you know what I mean? It's an agenda within itself, innit? Because then it creates the whole like, oh, you've got to get out of the estate to no, like, because obviously, yeah, it's a circumstance, but at the end of the day, it's a circumstance on a whole. So it's the people that make the estate, innit? Like I was listening, I forgot where it was that I heard it, but it's like, cool. If you're constantly complaining to your council, like, rah, like you need to clean this up and make sure this is whatever, bro, you all live on the estate, bro. Make sure the estate is clean yourself. Take initiative, do it by yourself. Yeah, I know it's long, but there's many of us that live in this estate, and it won't take nothing for what 20 people, 20 houses to come together and make a solution. It doesn't have to be everyone, just 20 people, bro, to come together and make a solution. We can fix the problem that we're complaining to the council about that we know they ain't gonna fix. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's possible, because like for example, across the road there's like new builds, innit? It's still an estate. It's still an estate. It just looks really new and really nice, innit? But that doesn't stop it from being an estate. The estate is the way that it's set up, innit? But the estate of mind is now the thing that people need to transcend from, innit? It's not actually the physical living. Because at the end of the day, I've seen nice estate houses, bro. You'll go across the road, you'll see them, they're building up, they'll knock stuff down and build new stuff up. Give it, what, 10 years or whatever. If it's the people that are living in the houses that create the same dynamic as it was before, then does it matter where they live? Do you know what I mean? If you leave, like there's that saying, right, you can take the girl out of the hood, but you can't take the hood out of the girl, vice versa with a man. It's that, do you know what I mean? It's mentality, brother. It's not actually your living space, innit? Like if you wake up every day and you don't make your bed, that's not your bed's problem, fam. It's you, brother, because you're not making a bed, brother. It's your mind state, innit? So it's the same with the council estates, bro. So if you're out here doing madness and like selling trap out of the trap in the, you know what I mean? The trap doesn't have to just be in council ends, bro. It can be in a house in a country. That's in a house, bro. But then there's no stigma around a house in a country. Do you know what I mean, bro? Like,
you got a good point there. I'm just coming into this point about talking about mentality, because that's a deep thing. Because do you think what the media puts out there, the social structure is the hood, but at the end of the day, everyone is their own individual, their own families, so they're all gonna have their own mentality, and you know, it can be based on circumstance.
Did you want to say something?
Yeah, I was saying, so going off what you said, that the hood is more of a mentality than like a structure. I kind of agree with that, because where I live now, I don't live in a council estate. It's still an estate, but it's not a council estate. I live in a house, 4-bedroom house with a garden. I've got penthouses as neighbours, but yet I still got a crackhead outside my door.
Oh, you done changed on us, brother.
I still got a crackhead.
4-bedroom house with a what?
4-bedroom house.
With a garden?
We got lakes, bro.
What's your cutlery made of?
Doesn't matter.
Silver spoon dog. Silver spoon
So my
ass.
whole point is, I think it's more of a mentality thing, because my experience where
If you motherfuckers can't get out the hood.
we'll bring the hood to you. So
Wow.
I've seen plenty of things. I've seen guys chopped with machetes, I've seen. We used to have like
What machete did you use?
What machine? Stop snitching. I've seen. We had the local cracker. We used to call him Mr. Leave Me Alone. That was his name. So like, it's not even about where you live. Like I said before, we've got a nice park. We've got lakes. We've got, like I said, penthouse. I could see a penthouse from my room. But yet, we've got the police coming around every day. We've got. I could tell you. I could name at least. I'm not gonna name, but I know at least 3 drug dealers in my estate. And it's not a council estate. It's nice and private. If you see, if I showed you where I live, you'll be like, wow, who lives here? So that just proves that it's the hood. It's more of an ideology. It's more of a mental thing.
Yeah, it's more of a mental thing.
So,
And how? It's just ideas. Obviously, we don't know the facts, but how do you think it started like that? How do you think, like, because you were talking about your conspiracy theory about how they made the hood look. So obviously, do you think how the structure of the estate, council estate?
If I have a gander, if I have a guess, I'll probably take it back to slavery, because that's the, as far as I know, that's the blueprint to how everything runs in our society. And like that was the test. That was the main like thing that they would like use to figure out how things work in it. The whole 9 to 5, and do you know what I mean? Like you work from this time to that time, and then you have a time off where you'll even spend whatever you earn back at the people who are putting you in this system, like sort of thing in it. So obviously the housing would have, I'm guessing, probably would have been similar. Obviously you have the people who are better off and in charge of whatever, living in the nice mansions, and then you have the people who are working in the fields, living in the stables or the barns or whatever in it. So that living in a place which is different to someone else, it's a separation in it. Obviously there's no equality in that, so it makes you, like you said, like he said, it's supposed to look ugly to make you like not want to be there or whatever in it, or it's supposed to look ugly to make you understand your situation in it. It's not a good situation. Like this is your place. You're not in a good situation. You're very like not well off. Do you know what I mean? So for me guessing, obviously I don't know. I'm not like a historian or whatever. But if I take what I've learned and what I know, then yeah, bro, that's that kind of oppression in it. Do you know what I mean? It comes from an oppressive ideology in it. Like why is someone gonna live in a better place than you in it when land is so abundant? Do you know what I mean? It makes
like if they wanted to, everyone could live in a reasonable, like this flat for example is a reasonable size, isn't it? So you could have these everywhere and make it look nice. But what they do, they said, alright, they will just build upwards, put everyone there to save land space. Then we've got all of these people here, they're all poor, they're all in the same socio-economical blah blah blah. We'll let them destroy their own little piece of shit, and then they'll leave the rest of us alone so we can stay in our nice gated communities. You know what I mean? Like instead of living next to them and amongst them, we would just put them all, shove them all in the corner, and then when all the stabbings and blah 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 happen, we go, oh that's really
they're doing it to themselves, right?
Yeah, it's like keep it away, as long as you keep it away from us. Because like even now, right where we are now, on this road, 5 minutes away from where we are right now, there's a house that's worth £2 million. And I used to walk past that house every day to go to work. I used to think, right, like this house is worth £2 million. And where I live, literally, what, 2 minutes away, is a council estate. Do you know what I mean? Like, but then their problem, even, there's literally a gated community on Sparta Street.
Yeah, Sparta Street.
You see that little gated, there's actually a gated community. And we used to grow up and we used to walk past it to go to the shops, innit? And then like, we used to walk past this gated community every single day, but not really think anything of it, innit? Not until you get to a certain age, you're like, raw, like, we're in the hood, and there's a gated community right here, and we're seeing people go in and out, and it's like, they're actually sheltered to the point where they said, fuck it, we'll build a wall and put a gate there to keep them out. Like, and that, like, if you're weak-minded, like you wouldn't even think of even robbing that. They had, on the wall, they had glass on the wall so you couldn't climb over. Like, they had thought of everything, like. And the only time they opened the gates was on Halloween, innit? Because the kids was like, So it was mad, and it's like, right, cobbled, all the roads was cobbled, and everything was nice, and it's like, this is right here, like, £1 million houses there, and we're living in shit here, so like, what is...
It's quite interesting.
Yeah, what are they...
You feel like there's a higher power that, you know, we all live in the same land, but yeah, we're put into different classes.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like there's a higher power that had the authority to put people, okay, so you're a certain type of way, you should be in this class, you're a certain type of way, you should be in this class. And I think what you were saying earlier about if we earn a good amount of money and still lived here and made our place look nice, I think that's quite ingenious because you would be living smart. Like you wouldn't be spending so much.
Until you get robbed.
Well, it's true. Not unless.
That's the thing. But anyone can get robbed, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Anyone can get robbed.
But when
Even
man
if
them
you
say,
live in-
what? Man's got,
You know what I mean?
man's got £2,000 HD.
No, but making it
HD
look
Ultra TV.
making it look nice isn't having a £2,000.
Why is his whole wall TV?
No,
He's
but-
getting 3 bags a month, man. Run up in his yard.
No, this is what I'm saying. It's not necessarily.
that's an extreme.
It's not things in it like making it look nice. I'm talking about making your kitchen look like it's like you can buy a kitchen from them B&Qs in it and have that kitchen it fitted in rather than you have cupboards that are twisted and dead. Do you know what I mean? Aesthetically making it pleasing because feng shui is a real thing, fam. Do you know what I mean? Like so. Instead of having mold in your yard, you'd be able to pay privately to get that whatever insulation you needed. Do you know what I mean? I'm talking practical things. I'm not talking about televisions and da 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 da. Do you know what I mean? That then will still go back to mind state. Because if your mind state is that having things, then you're just cramming bare things into a smaller. Do you know what I mean? So my thing would be raw.
Whether that's in land development, property development, I would like to leave like a legacy for my kids and that sort of thing. So if I could build an estate for, let's say like a private estate for people like on low benefits and whatnot, say, and I die and I go, at least that's there.
So would you let them live in it for free like they do in Finland?
Did you say that you say that you wanted to lease a day? Is that what you just said? No, bro, I'm bugging, fam. I'm bugging. I thought you said you wanted to lease a day for your kids.
Yeah, in Finland they give homeless people a free yard, just there. Yeah, they try. They want to reduce homelessness to zero.
That's exactly it.
Like they're trying to do it in London now, but it will be by 2027, I think. They're trying to have 0 homeless people, so they just got to start moving them into places. And even if it's got to be free, like maybe they'll put the taxes up, but they got to do something. Yeah. The narrative went from changing from the people to like the building, innit? Like the building is always more important. Like this cladding costs this much millions of pounds, and people are babies are dying.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, so yeah, I just found that weird that that's where the narrative went, innit? It kind of still is now, innit? Like, what could we have done to stop this fire? Like, the fire brigade wasn't prepared for a fire like this and stuff like that. It's like, right, what about the people? Are they sorted out yet? Like, can we deal with the people first? Like, buildings get knocked down all the time, innit? So, alright, yeah, this is not a nice way for a building to go down, but I'm sure they would have gotten rid of these buildings at some point in time, especially with all the new builds that I get. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is an old building that didn't probably have, didn't even have fire alarms, no fire doors, none of that. So it was obviously old.
Why don't we have like why don't we build buildings how they do in America with fire escapes?
Well, they do now, but I'm saying, like I said, remember the 60s and 70s when they made these shitty blocks because it was supposed to be temporary. Like you weren't supposed to stay here and live, and you know what I mean. It was supposed to be you're in, you're out. The next people come in and out, and so that way it's less of a risk, I guess, because just. You know what I mean?
Guys, I just want to thank you guys for sharing your experiences, and it's been great talking to you guys.
Yeah,
man. I really appreciate it.
Hey there, my name's Broken Pen. Other than doing documentaries, you can find me on Instagram at brokenpen_, where I do rap, spoken word, poetry as they call it, and other things.
Hi, I'm Nate. I live up the road. No, I'm not gonna do that. You can also find me on socials and all that stuff at Silverisco. That's SILVE. I don't know the rest.
Hi guys, for legal reasons I can't mention my name.
For legal reasons, this is Silver Spoon Dog. Silver Spoon Dog. Change your Instagram name and then they'll find you. Follow him at Silver Spoon Dog _.
How to Dougie, how number 2 DOUGGIE
_ Silver Spoon. No.
That's Silverisco. I do mad shit.
Thanks for watching today, guys. Please remember to subscribe and leave the comments down below.